Okay, Yr10, welcome to the dedicated tutorials to help you design the base of your lamp. So it'll be a number of tutorials, really quite short, hopefully each one, for you to be able to follow through. I would absolutely recommend that you watch each one in turn and you pause and rewind the videos as required, and you follow out the tasks as they're being described, pausing them if you need a bit more time, which you'll probably need to do. What you should definitely not do is try to watch all of them and then try to remember the tasks. You just won't be able to do it. There's far too many instructions. Okay, so if you follow the tasks through, by the time you get to the end of the tutorials, you'll have a really good working knowledge of the program, and you can use it then to go off and design the top of your lamp. Okay, so it's really worth doing that. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to represent in 3 dimensions the 4 sides of your base. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of context, there's a plan view of my base. Okay, so the one I'm going to be drawing is 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters, and these sections here represent the plan view of what the cone joint would look like effectively. Okay, so each of my 4 sections is 100 by 100. You'd have the male fixings probably on this side, female fixings on this side. Okay, don't worry too much about what the red dotted line represents for the moment. We will come back to that later. Okay, so job number 1. Oh, one other thing, by the way, if you haven't watched the basics, please go back and watch those now. Please don't skip them thinking you're saving time, because all you'll do is create issues further on. So the basics really give you a good understanding of the program. Okay, so without much further ado then, I'm going to start with the rectangular tool, and hopefully you've got all the menus up on screen. These are important. I'm going to click once and I'm going to drag away. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is start typing in the dimensions, and I'm going to imagine I'm looking at the box from above. So the wood itself is 12 millimeters, and the length of the wood I require is 100 millimeters. So I'm going to type that in, 12 millimeters, comma, 100 millimeters. I'm going to zoom in now. The height of my box was 50 millimeters. So I'm going to use the push-pull tool. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag up to 50 millimeters. Okay, so I've got the shadow tool on at the moment, so I'm just going to remove that because I don't need it. I'm going to orbit around, and you will see that represents one side of my box. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into the male fixing, if you like. So I'm going to use a new tool, something that I didn't introduce in the basics. Is this tape measure tool. Now this tape measure tool represents what you would use a sharp pencil and a tri-square for. Okay, it helps us mark out accurate joints. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on the left hand edge, and I'm going to drag away. Now you can see a little dotted line appears, and in the length in the bottom left on my screen, you see the numbers jumping up and down. Okay, now the joint needed to be 12 millimeters, obviously because that's the thickness of the timber we're using. So I'm going to type in 12 millimeters. Okay, that line isn't really there, it's just a marking outline. Okay, now from the top, I'm going to click and drag down, and I'm going to make this 15 millimeters. Click and drag from the bottom, 15 millimeters. And hopefully you can start to see the comb joint starting to appear. Okay, now because I've done 2 horizontal lines here and here, if I just click on the right hand edge and drag back 12 millimeters, you will see that I've got all the markings I need in order to create the male joint. Okay, so with a pencil, I'm just going to mark those out. Now because the guidelines are there, it's allowing me to snap to those guides really easily. So drawing out is dead easy. Okay, once I've marked everything, I'm going to go to the select tool. I'm going to select those guidelines because I don't need them anymore, and I'm going to delete them. Then I'm going to use my push-pull tool. I'm going to push those sections back, just orbit around so I get the view that I need. Push-pull back. Fantastic. Okay, file, and I'm going to save that. Okay, there's your first joint done. Obviously what you can do now is you can group this together, copy and paste, and you'll have both of the male fixings done. Dead easy. Okay, good luck guys.